Good morning, 8th class students. Hope you all are fine. As we all know that due to this deadly pandemic COVID-19, we are locked down inside our houses. We cannot come to school. We hope and pray that soon we can join our school. But in the meanwhile, we cannot compromise with your studies. So, to overcome from this situation where students cannot come to school, the management of Christ the King Convent has taken a very good initiative to start online classes so that we teachers can reach to our students. You have already attended many sessions of different subjects. Today, I, Praveen Manhas, got the opportunity to teach biology to the 8th class students. Hope you all are benefited from these sessions. So, shall we start? Very good. So today, first of all, I will tell you about the syllabus. The syllabus for first term is the chapter number 1, transporting plants, and the chapter number 5, that is the nervous system. So today we will start from the chapter number 5, that is the nervous system. So students, please open page number 65. Students, you have already read this chapter in previous classes. So now we will little elaborate this chapter so that you can understand it clearly. So nervous system. Nervous system is responsible for the control and coordination of all the life process and activities of a living organisms. Higher animals have specialized cells that is known as nerve cells or the neurons. So the nervous system. It is a system which is responsible for the control and coordination of life process and the activities. Nerve cells are also known as the neurons. It forms the network for the communication between the brain and the whole body. And this whole network is known as the nervous system. Hope you all understand. Now come to the part. So what is the nervous system constitute of? It contains brain, spinal cord and nerves. It contains brain, spinal cord and nerves. And it is made up of two parts, that is central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system, which you already studied in 7th standard. Central nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord. And peripheral nervous system contain or network of nerves from rest of the body joined towards the brain and the spinal cord. So both are very important. Next, come to your book. And do you know neurons are the longest cell in our body? These are the highly specialized cells and they are the longest cell present in our body. You have already known that human nervous system is made up of central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system consists of the brain and the spinal cord, whereas the peripheral nervous system consists of the network of nerves that connects the rest of the body to the central nervous system. So through this concept map you can understand clearly. Next, neurons. Now before starting the parts of the neurons, we should know the diagram of the neurons, which you have already done, but we will recall. So we should know the cell or the neuron cell. So this is the main cell body. This is the main cell body, which is known as cyton or the soma. And this is the axon, which and these are the dendrites. Dendrites are the place from where the axon of the other neurons join together, and the place where the dendrite of one neuron join with the axon of the other neuron is known as the synapses. And these axons may be myelinated or unmyelinated. Myelin sheath is a white fatty substance which is present on the surface of the axon. The brain and spinal cord are made up of neuron. Each neuron has a nucleus containing cell body called the cyton or the soma. From the cyton arises fiber-like projections known as the dendrites. These are the dendrites. From the cyton, these are also known as the dendrites or the dendrons. These carry impulses from one neurons to the others. And what is impulse? Impulse are the messages encoded as electric signals. And this body part is known as the axon, arises from the thick region which is known as the axon hillock. You can see in your book also, this is known as the axon hillock. The axon extend outward from the cyton and ends in many branches. Each of these branches are knob-like swellings. We can see in the book also. These are small knob-like structure. Here also you can see these are the dendrites. This is the nucleus. This is the main cell part known as a cyton. This is the axon. And here it is present the axon hillock. Means it is little bit thick place from where axons start. And axon having the myelinated shield. And this myelinated shield is made up of glial cells, which you will study in the higher classes. From here you can see the synaptic knobs are there. Means ending of the synapses, they have small knob-like structures. They are known as synaptic knobs or the terminal buttons, or you can say the axon terminals. You can say anything else. So hope you understand this structure. So student, one more important thing, dendrites are the places from where you receive the impulses, and the axon is the place from where you transmit impulse to the next neuron. Got it? Again I am repeating, dendrites is the place from where neuron receive the impulses, and axon is the place from where it transmit impulse to the next neurons. So this is a structure. One neuron joins to the other neuron, make a path so that impulse travel from one neuron to other, and this way it transfer from other neurons, and it make a network of many neurons. The axon or some neurons are covered with fatty acids known as myelin, which I have already explained, and there are two types of myelinated neurons and the unmyelinated neurons. So what is the major difference between both of them? Myelinated neurons conduct impulses faster than the unmyelinated neurons, because in myelinated neurons they have the myelin shell, which you can say increase the rate of the transmission of the impulse. Now come to next point. And axons carry impulses away from the cyton, and the synaptic knob of one neuron connect with the other more dendrites of another neurons, forming a continuous pathway, which I have already explained here. When impulse reaches the end of the axon, means when it reaches the end of the axon, it releases the neurotransmitter from the synaptic knobs. Here also you can see from the synaptic knobs, it secretes a chemical which is known as the neurotransmitter, which contains the impulses. So definition of the neurotransmission is it is a certain chemicals released through the axons. The neurotransmitters diffuse across the synapses to stimulate the dendrite of the next neuron, which I have already explained. So these synaptic knobs releases neurotransmitters, and these neurotransmitter releases to the dendrites of the next neurons. So next neuron again receive the impulses and it transfer to the axon, and axon transmit impulses through these neurotransmitters to the next neuron. So it make a pathway. Thus the impulse can travel uninterruptedly from the part of the body to the brain and spinal cord, and vice versa. Means this continuation will be again and again occurs. Neurons have the variety of shapes, but their function remain the same. On the basis of the destination of the impulse, we have two types of neurons present in the cells, that is sensory neurons and the motor neurons, which we have already studied. Sensory neurons are the neurons which carry impulses from the sense organ to the brain and spinal cord. And motor neurons are the neurons which carry impulses from brain and spinal cord to sense organs or the effective organ. Effective organs may be the sense organ, may be the muscles. Here you can also see motor neurons carry impulses from the brain and the spinal cord to the effective organs such as glands and muscles. A stimulus. What is stimulus? It is a something that produces in the response of an organism. For example, if you touch me not plant, soon after you touch it, it closes its leaves. So it is a stimulus towards the touch. A synapse between a motor neuron and a muscle fiber is called the neuromuscular junction. Here in the diagram 5.1, it is the diagram of motor neurons. You can see here, you can see with the synaptic knobs, when it releases the neurotransmitters, the fiber, the neuromuscular junction or the NMJ between the motor and neuron muscle give response towards the stimuli. Some motor neurons have the cell body located in the brain, while some are present in the spinal cord. Those motor neurons that have the cell body located in the spinal cord, they are involved in the reflex action, which you will study later on. So hope that you understand. Again, I am repeating the same working of a neuron. So here we come. A neuron has two parts. One is the cell body, second one is the axon, and it has small finger-like projection known as dendron or the dendrites, and synapses is the place where the dendrite of one neuron joins toward the axon of the another neuron. And the axons may have myelin sheath or may not. If it has the myelin sheath or a fatty layer, it is known as the myelinated neuron, and if it do not have, then it is known as the unmyelinated neurons. Myelinated neurons help to transmit impulses faster as compared to the unmyelinated shell. Now, in the book you can see axon hillock is a place which is little thick from where axon has come out, and at the end of the axon we have the synaptic knobs, knob-like structure which transmit neurotransmitters. So student, we have studied about the neurons. Now come to the nerves. So nerves are the cable-like structure that made up of the bundle of the axons. So what are nerves? Nerves are the cable-like structure made of the bundle of the axons. The cytons from which the axon arise are either located in the brain or maybe it is in the spinal cord. Nerves can also arise from the group of neurons which is known as ganglia, or singular you can say ganglion, and from the sense organ. A layer of the connective tissue covers the each nerves. So here is the structure of the nerves, where you can see this is nerve, these are the bundle of the axons, these are the blood vessels, the red one is the artery and the blue one is the vein. Do you know the difference between the artery and the vein? The artery contains the oxygenated blood as well and the vein contains the deoxygenated blood. And this is the structure of one of the bundle of axon. You can see this is the myelinated axon, so it can transmit the impulses very fast. So there are three types of nerves. One is the sensory nerve, second one is the motor nerve, and third one is the mixed nerve. From the name itself it is clear that sensory nerves are made up of the axon of the sensory neurons. Motor nerves are made up of the axon of the motor neurons, and the mixed nerves are made up of both the sensory and the motor nerves. So I am again explaining it. There are three types of nerves: sensory, motor and mixed nerve. Nerves are made up of bundle of the axons. So from name itself it is clear that sensory neurons are made up of axons of the sensory neurons. Motor nerves are made up of the axons of the motor neurons, and the mixed nerves are made up of both the axons of the sensory and the motor nerves. Now come to the function of it. So sensory nerves are the nerves which take the impulses from the sense organs to the brain. Sense organs to the brain. And the spinal cord. And the spinal cord. This is the sensory nerves. Now come to the motor nerves. So motor nerves do the opposite, means from brain and spinal cord towards the sense organ or the effective organs. From brain and the spinal cord to the sense organs or the effective organs. So sense organ take the impulses from sense organ to the brain and spinal cord, whereas the motor nerves take the impulses from brain and spinal cord to the sense organ. And mixed nerves can do the work of both the sensory nerves and the motor nerves. So it can take the information to and from the brain and the spinal cord to the sense organ, and from the sense organ effective organs to the brain and the spinal cord. So student, today we have started the nervous system and we have read two topics, that is neurons and the nerves. So I have divided this chapter in 3 videos. Today I have sent one video. Again you will get the video number 2 and 3 from there. In the second video also I am going to explain the chapter, and in the third video you will get the exercises along with the question answer of this chapter. So revise the chapter properly, and this is a homework for today's video. So see this. First of all, you have to learn the definition, all pink words of these 2 topics, that is neurons and the nerves. Second, you have to write these things in your school copy or the school notebook. So first is define. You have to define neuron, synapses, neurotransmitters, myelin, impulse, cyton, stimulus. So 7 things you have to define, and it should be of 1 or 2 line only. It should be of 1 or 2 lines. Second, B part, you have to write the differentiate, and you have to mention only 1 point for each. First one is the central nervous system and the difference between the peripheral nervous system. Second is the myelinated neuron and the unmyelinated neurons. Third one is the sensory and motor neurons. C part is write their location. So you have to write the location of synaptic node, myelinated sheath, and draw the diagram of motor neuron, that is figure 5.1. So these 3 things, A, B, C and D part, you have to write in your notebook. So when school will reopen, I am going to check this work for whole 4 sections. So hope that you have understand this, and we will meet soon in the video number